is time. It is time to brew your best beer.
The 2017 SJPorr Challenge Gold sponsors: Bouncer, keeping the dregs out with their inline filter for homebrewers. The Brew Bag, simply the best way to brew great beer in your home. Yakima Valley Hops, with over 140 hop varieties available. Omega Yeast Labs, supplying homebrewers with high-quality yeast. And a special thanks to our silver sponsor, BrewTubers Online Brewers Club.
Clemens Homebrew coming at you with the 2017 SJPorr Challenge. And this year there are 3 rounds, 3 different beers. And this is round 1. So at least you know you get to be in round 1, right? Here it is. This is the first one I've got. This is from 37X, 39T, 44P. All right, let me take a look at what this is. It is an American Pale Ale. It's called Northwest Barbarian. It's 5.3% ABV, and its description is East Coast Pale Ale with Northwest hops added late and Whirlpool. So this should be interesting. And of course, we know the hops on this. I should probably be reading off, but we got our Centennial, Cascade, and Columbus have to be in this. And I think you have to have Munich and Truro in it. So let's get it cracked open. All right, now I never know if they're off tap or bottle conditions, so I'm always a little cautious with the pour. I don't see any sediment at this point, but I'm just gonna fill it that far. Now, I don't know if this was from a person in the Northwest or they just used Northwest hops. I do see bubbles rising up. I've got a full 2-finger head. My theory, of course, is if this was actually someone from the West Coast, they had to ship it to the Midwest and then back to the West Coast to me. And I often find that that does cause some issues with carbonation, but we'll see. We did a test on that this year, right? And it didn't prove anything, but it's a nice look. I mean, it's really a very orange, honey orange color with a big old 2-finger head. So let's see if I can get a nose. And I can. Actually, I get some hop character. Let me see if I can define that. And I'm getting some sweetness from the malt. Maybe the Munich's on there, so you're getting a little bit of extra sweetness from the Munich. Can't define quite what the hops are, but I'm getting a light citrus, but I'm getting some other stuff. Maybe I'm not sure if there was some stone fruit on there, and some other stuff. So I don't know. My sniffer's not quite in shape, so we're gonna just hop in with a taste right away. That's nice. That's nice. It does feel like it has just a minor oxidation to it, but very minor. I'm getting a little bit of a light apple character to it, as well as the Munich character from the malts. A little bit of that apple core. I'm definitely getting the hop character from this. I'm having a hard time distinguishing really what kind of hop character I'm getting, though. I mean, I know the hops that are in this. So I'm getting a little bit of that Centennial. I don't feel like I'm getting like the characteristic grapefruit I might expect, and like lemon possibly, that would come from both the Centennial to a degree, depending on when it was put in, and of course the Cascade. And I also kind of wonder if they did put like just like a little bit of some caramel malt in this as well. So these were definitely late hop additions and whirlpooling. So it's interesting. I'm gonna take a little time with this and I'll be back. Well, I have to laugh at myself. My taste buds were much more accurate than my memory. Round 1 does not have Munich. That's round 2. Round 1 has caramel malt of your choice, and as I said earlier, I felt like I was getting caramel and character off of it, so that makes a lot more sense. It also makes sense in terms of a description with the East Coast IPA. Some of those early East Coast IPAs anyway, when you think of like a 90-minute IPA, things of that nature, used to have a lot of caramel character to them. So you do get some nice caramel character. It's interesting. This one, in terms like the mouthfeel, was kind of a really rounded mouthfeel, very smooth, lightly silky, which was kind of fun. Medium carbonation on it. The nose, I didn't get a lot off. I did just get over a cold, which is why I kind of put off. By the way, this is National Beer Day again. I think drink a beer. So my favorite beer is always the one in my hand. That's right, and you can see I've suffered through it. In terms of the taste, I think that what really shines is the malt character more than the hop character for me personally. There's hop character there. Everyone's going to have probably semi-similar hop character. The Centennial is not particularly strong. Some people know I'm not a big Centennial fan. I didn't have any problems with it whatsoever. As I said in the nose, I do get some like apple character, what I call the apple core type character on it. So we'll come back to that later. But it's a nice beer. I really think that it allows the malt character shine quite a bit, and then the hop character just carries the rest of it through very nicely. Overall, it's a really pleasing beer. It's a well-crafted homebrew. Very nice. I would say one thing to look at possibly is the apple character sometimes can have something to do with brewing, something to do with the brewing that you did to pull out the apple character, maybe whether it was temps or something of that nature. Because I don't think that was probably an intended thing, but it doesn't bother me. A lot of commercial beers have that as well. So I want to thank 37X, 39T, 44P for a well-made beer. Cheers. We'll see you on the next review for the 2017 SJPorr Challenge.